no matter what it takes, bring all the defectors back to North Korea. So she went to China and her spy name was Chrysanthemum. And believe it or not, North Korean spies are everywhere. Hi guys! Welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park and I'm a North Korean defector human rights activist. So today in this video, I have decided to cover a recent New York Times article. It's literally named, "She Fled North Korea for Freedom. Then she was arrested." So this is about a story of a North Korean defector who escaped to South Korea from North Korea in 2019. And then she got arrested. The reason why she got arrested is remarkable, and I think it can really help you to understand even the aftermath of defection and the war between the South and North Korea is still in currently. So her name, she goes with Song, and Miss Song, she was a North Korean defector. She escaped to South Korea in 2019. When she arrived in 2019, she told the officers that she was forced to be a spy when she was in North Korea. She had to work for the state security agent, which means like almost North Korea's KGB. So her job was actually going to China and disguise herself as a defector and then go meet the missionaries who help the defectors out and figure out where the defectors are going, and eventually really like forcing defectors and threatening them and to send them back to North Korea. So this has been the effort from Kim Jong-un for the last 10 years. He literally told the officers that no matter what it takes, bring all the defectors back to North Korea. In North Korea, leaving the country is a treason. So they cannot even imagine having a passport ever travel in their life because you cannot leave your country. So she went to China and her spy name was Chrysanthemum. And she was working as a spy for several years, and eventually she escaped to South Korea in 2019, and where her sister was also residing already. When she arrived, she told to the officers and that she was a spy, but now she wants to come clean. And then after a lot of investigation, she was able to go back into the normal life and residing in South Korea like normal defectors too. So interestingly, for the last 10 years, South Korea caught more than 14 spies from the north, and they are mostly disguising themselves among the defectors. And their job is also mainly returning other defectors. So they go. What these defector spies usually do is getting to know other defectors. You get to be friends with them, you make them to trust you, and then they tell you like, where are you from, where are your family, how are they doing, what's their name, and then they tell the officers back in North Korea. Then they go find those relatives, and then they call the defector in South Korea, then put them in the call saying, well, if you don't come back, I'm gonna be executed by officers, can you come back? And imagine that if you're a parent, your son calls you over like, Mom, I'm about to get killed, please come save me. Or if your parents there saying the North Korean officers are gonna kill them, you would go, right? And so that using a family has been the biggest threat against defectors. So while she was in South Korea, she apparently still engaged in this spying activity. And what she said was she was forced. So there was a North Korean spy reached out to her and then asking her, tell your friends that he's her husband, and then making sure everybody she got to know give the information to him. And because of her effort, actually there was a young couple, both are defectors, sent back to North Korea and then appeared on North Korea's national television denouncing South Korea. So usually Kim Jong-un engages in a lot of these propaganda activities. He kidnaps and this kind of using a threat to bring the defectors back, and he put them on the national television, and defectors saying things like, oh, I am so grateful to be escaping out of living hell, which is South Korea, and also so grateful to be embraced by the bosom of fatherland. And of course this is all forced, but that's how the Kim Jong-un is battling of defection of defectors. This is really interesting because right now you would think, or most of people would think, when North Koreans escape to freedom and living in South Korea, we think they are free. And even me right now have been speaking out in the West caused a lot of damage to my family who I left back in North Korea. Like that. Even though a lot of defectors don't speak out, most of them actually do not speak out, but that's not even enough. Even because they escaped, the spies and Kim Jong-un sent agents assassinate them, kidnap them, and using these threats to bring them. And this is why until 2019, some years, there were like almost 3,000 North Korean defectors making into South Korea. And last year, in 2019 actually, only dropped to around 254 people. And during the pandemic, it was one or two only defectors now escaping from North Korea. It really shows Kim Jong-un's effort to cracking down on defectors. And I really want to talk about why. I don't know if you guys have seen that video previously about how China caught North Korean defector and sending him back to North Korea. And why China and North Korea are so eager to catch defectors. They really view the defectors as a national threat. So if the North Koreans get out, first thing, even though they don't speak out, they are gonna reach out to their family members through brokers. So that's how the outside information going into the country. And not only that, the defectors who escapes usually reach out and send the brokers back to North Korea and rescue their family members. So usually defectors comes out, they just don't go out because they want to have a good life themselves. They go out, they make money, they send them back to their family, and they make more money, save money, and make enough money to use a broker and bring their family members to freedom. And that's how it has been going on. And Kim Jong-un, of course, cannot allow that. And on top of this threat to Kim Jong-un, now there are defectors like myself who comes out going international stage and expose the crime they're committing inside. And the UN, there's the Security Resolution and Human Rights Assembly, and all these international bodies pressure on them is really making him not do what he wants to do, which is maintaining power forever. So that's why this battle between North Korean defectors in South Korea and between the spies sent by Kim Jong-un is not gonna end. And believe it or not, North Korean spies are everywhere. It's not just only in South Korea. It's in America, especially it's in America. It's in Europe, in South America, in the Middle East. Everywhere there are North Korean spies and they're working. So I know the world seems so peaceful when you do not know much, right? But when you really understand what's going on, there are so many evil forces are working behind. And thank you for coming to this channel and learning about what's really happening in the behind the scenes. And I'm, for the first time, grateful for New York Times to cover this topic that is very not familiar to the Western audience. So love you guys. Please join my Patreon. I get my signed copies for holiday gifts. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.